In this video, we will take a look at the Align Euler to Vector node and Geometry nodes. Click the Geometry Nodes tab and create a new node tree. Since it is a node about rotation, let's look at it as a cone object that can best check the change in rotation value. Add a cone object node. Add a sphere object to control the cone object's rotation value. Add a transform node to the cone object. Import and close the sphere object by drag and drop. If you connect the location value of the sphere object to the rotation socket of the cone transform node, the rotation value of the cone object changes according to the movement of the sphere. If you add an Align Euler to Vector node and align the axes properly, you can see the effect of the damped track constraint applied. This time, let's take a look at controlling the rotation value of instances using Align Euler to Vector. Add an instance on points node to the default cube. Add a cone to connect to the instance socket. Add a subdivide mesh rule and reduce the instance scale. To align these instances by rotating them in the normal direction of the cube, add a normal node and an Align Euler to Vector node. If you change the axis to the z-axis, you can rotate it in the normal direction. Finally, let's look at one more usage. By adding a grid node and an instance on points node. Connect the cone node to the instance socket. Add a sphere object and load it into the geometry node tree by drag and drop. If you connect the location of the sphere to the Align Euler to Vector node and change it to the z-axis, the instances rotate according to the change in the location of the sphere, but rotate uniformly. If you add a vector math node, add a position node, and subtract. Each instance rotates relative to the movement of the sphere based on each position value.